Okay, I'm gonna do my top 10 favorite movies of 2018. So let's get right into it. Coming in number 10 is gonna be Crazy Rich Asians. For me, I watched this movie yesterday. Fun fact, and I did enjoy it. I did find a nice charm, a nice feeling with that movie. It was, it had, it was trying to, it was kind of like that first kind of like big drama movie I've seen, and it worked on a dramatic note. In addition to being funny, so that movie kind of works for me. And it was definitely a big surprise. Um, big surprise from last year. Pretty big. Pretty big. But coming in coming in ninth place is gonna be Bumblebee. Another surprising one, because, I thought until Bumblebee, I definitely thought that the Transformers franchise, had nowhere to go. I felt like it was in a deep place. But going back to kind of making an origin story to Bumblebee allowed it to work and was a big surprise, as I left the theater satisfied as I got a good or good Transformers movie. Something, I would say we haven't had since the end of the original three. So I did come off of this movie feeling a satisfaction towards this, because I think it kind of rebuilt the franchise, in a way that I felt worked to be really satisfying. Coming in ninth place or eighth place is gonna be Aquaman. Another one that was a pretty, this one wasn't really a surprise. It was more of a surprise from where the DCU has been. But this was definitely again, a rebirth of a franchise. So I think going forward, it's interesting to see that they're going in peculiar places. But as far as Aquaman, while it does seem really similar to Black Panther in its tone, it feels unique in the sense that exploring Atlantis and how they're able to world build and show all this, well, and be the greatest, version of this movie it could be. And, with having comedic charm, with having, great action and world building, and while keeping twists and turns unique. So, in eighth place will be, sorry, I got to check, or ninth or seventh place will be Black Panther. Speaking of movies like that, um, again, it blew me by surprise. Like I said, like you seen, but it was one of your lowest in the ranking. As an individual film, which is kind of what I'm looking at here, it truly was. It really meant something in the large scheme. It was kind of the first, black superhero in the limelight. So yeah, I know. But that's why you kind of have to award it. But other than that, it's still a pretty fantastic movie. With its direction, with its tone, that allowed it to work. And I did kind of find an appreciation as what it represents as opposed to inside the MCU. So as an individual film, I really do appreciate what it tried to do and what it did accomplish. Coming in sixth place is going to be Deadpool 2. For me, this one was like, oh man, I had so much fun from like start to finish with this one. I felt from A to B, I felt like the whole movie was just like a fun, funny, action packed, lift the stakes between where it goes in the story, with it goes where it goes with the humor, with it where it goes with the characters. It works in so many different ways that made it satisfying. It made it happy. Like, it's one of my favorite X-Men films, and one of those ones from this year that definitely puts a smile on my face. I'll say that, between Cable, between Russell, between Juggernaut, between all those kinds of twists, between all those kind of turns, in addition to our great heroes like Deadpool, like Colossus, um like Domino. So introducing all these characters, setting up the X-Force, having great twists with that, having great cameos. It made it work in every which way. Coming in fifth place is going to be Incredibles 2. Again, another one I really did walk away when being amazed. As far as it being better than the first one, you'll have to see in the next video. It's pretty neck and neck, but I do think it brings everything, connects all of it. Great twist nobody's saw coming. Great setups. Great way to make these characters more and more relatable. Between the beginning with the, when they're eating dinner, between that first bell, great action, great emotions. Great, seeing Mr. Incredible tap into what the reality of being a father is just so amazing. So cool that they're able to do that with being a Pixar. Okay. Number 4 is going to be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Wow, this movie blew my mind. With all the things they could do with, the animation style, making it look like it's a comic book truly made it feel good, as it did justice to Miles Morales. It made every Spider-Man unique, interesting, and have a different twist on Spider-Man. With still being funny, with still having great action, and surprising, emotions, surprising twists, I would say, and just the look of it made it all the more exciting. And as someone who likes Spider-Man and is intrigued by the Miles Morales character, I definitely came off of this film feeling satisfied, surprised, and excited to see where possibly they can go for a sequel. Coming in third place is going to be Ready Player One. This movie for me is because as this movie in every which way references pop culture. It references a lot of different things that I love. It takes us into the future and takes us into the past. That's kind of cool as it's set in the past, but it references the future. It's set in the future, but it references the past. From Star Wars to Back to the Future to Jurassic Park to King Kong. All of that, made it. And while while introducing themes, while introducing characters, storylines, plot points, everything that works to be something greater, while keeping it fresh and exciting with great action, great visual effects, great storytelling. I read the book. I will say I like the book better, but this is probably the best, I feel like, version of Ready Player One they could possibly do. Because they can't adapt a 400-page book into 2.5 hours. They have to cut it down, and I feel like the version cut down still works, as it gets the references a point. It gets what holiday means. It gets all that. So yeah, that's number 3. Number 2 is gonna be Solo. I know people walked out of this movie disappointed. It bombed at the box office, I would say. Or not bombed. I would say underperformed, as what a Star Wars movie should be. Because it didn't really bomb. It's more or less not what it expected because it was Star Wars. But for me, it worked. For me, it was that Han Solo movie. A standalone Han Solo movie that worked while introducing these side characters that again worked. Introducing his interaction with Chewie, Lando, Millennium Falcon. It was basically focusing on my favorite character, doing things he referenced throughout the original trilogy, Force Awakens. It's seeing that brought to life And seeing Alden Ehrenreich put his whole soul and heart into becoming the best young Han Solo, that worked. All the young cast worked, and it brought together as a satisfying movie about my favorite character, and only amplified by my love for what he accomplishes, for what he can accomplish, for what he did accomplish, and who he is as a Star Wars character. So that's number 2. Number 1 is gonna be Avengers: Infinity War. Like, did it come as no surprise? This was like the most anticipated movie this year, and by far like the best. Like, this movie to me like brought everything together and just thrown it all out, and it worked. It was a big ambition. It was a big dream. It was a big goal that in the end paid off. I don't even go into details because great character, great storyline, great plot lines. I've never really come out of a theater almost other than Captain America Civil War, but we're talking that came out 2 years ago. Other than that, maybe other than Force Awakens, but this movie, I just walked out shocked, surprised, intrigued, and amazed that they were able to pull it off. I mean, you can't ask for like a better movie about superheroes from all walks of life. This was like that ultimate great bring together a bunch of superheroes type movie. So that's okay. That's my top 10 movies from 2018. So